Good morning, Astos ji. Good morning, Astos ji.
Sir, very good morning, sir. Very good morning. How are you, sir?
Fine, fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you.
आज आपका लेक्चर है.
Sir, हाँ मैं थोड़ा सा I am thinking to speak about packaged commodities and something about GATC because it's a new rules which we have implemented recently. अभी सर हमने लगभग 10-11 कंपनीज को दे दिया है GATC and we are working to issue few more GATCs very shortly.
चलिए, बहुत खुशी की बात है.
जी सर, आपका आशीर्वाद से सर.
नया चैप्टर स्टार्ट हो गया.
जी सर, लीगल नॉलेज में नई चीज कुछ स्टार्ट हुआ, नया चीज हो रहा है कुछ. Very good morning to all. Today, as per our regular Saturdays series, we have one another important topic related with the legal methodology. As we are all aware, legal methodology plays a very important part in everybody's life. Today, we will discuss about the packaged commodities rules and the newly implemented government-approved test center rules. We have with us our Honorable Shri B.N. Dishit, our Director, sir. Sir, as we are all aware, he has done a lot in the field of legal metrology, whether it was to become the OML issuing authority or to develop the state legal metrology departments having their own laboratories. He played a very important role. He was the backbone behind the time dissemination project, which we are going to implement very shortly, and the software development, which was his dream. Sir, thank you very much with us for the inauguration of this program. I'd like to request you to kindly speak 2 words on this occasion. Over to you, sir, please.
Thank you, Sri Astos ji, Director Legal Metrology, Government of India, Department of Consumer Affairs. This is very nice occasion to speak on the subject, the legal metrology. The legal metrology is very respectable subject for the people because it is widely implemented and related with each and every common citizen of this very country, not with this very country, but every citizen of the world. Because the base unit has been derived from the OIMF. On that very basis, the Act and rules has been framed on the basis of the OIML recommendations. India is also the member of OIML and BIPM. That's the reason we have the standards in metric system of weights and measures in India. Most of the standards has been kept at the National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi. Next is lying in the control of the Director Legal Metrology. He is having different regional different standard laboratory, and that has been disseminated at the ground level. Every district and taluka in the office of the Inspector of Legal Metrology. That is called the working standard laboratory. Today, what Sri Astos Agrawal, Director Legal Metrology, has described that the GATC government approved test centers under the legal metrology rules has been implemented. So I congratulate him for the implementing these very new things. So one very important point I would like to inform on this very subject, that while implementing that, this new agency has come into the picture, which will work along with the inspector legal metrology. Otherwise, there is no other effect to the common consumers, because the common consumer will get the same type of accuracy of weights and measures. So that will be not anyway affected. So the consumer protection is protected, consumer interest is protected. So government has taken the well guard of consumer interest. So I hope that with the implementation of government approved centers, there will be new way of life to the common consumers, because some might be thinking that their weights and measure has not been verified and inspected, and they want that should be by the very defined and approved government centers. So now today the government of India has started, tomorrow the state government will also start. So that is the new beginning of the chapter. So I wish for the success of these very programs. I hope that in future all the consumer will be benefited and department will get success in the implementation of GATC rules. Thank you with this very word to Sri Astos Agrawalji to start his lecture and to guide the common traders and peoples on this very wide subject. Thank you, Astoshi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your kind and motivating words. We are always looking towards you for get motivation and how to do, what to do. You will always be my mentor in my life. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. As Dr. Saab has already spoken, now we will discuss about the legal metrology. We are all aware when you're going to buy fruits, vegetables, rice, or any commodity, when we are buying a box, a can, or a jar, when we are using the utilities at home, maybe electricity, gas, water, anything, when we are filling our scooter or the car with the fuel, when we are driving, we always see about the speed of the vehicle, alcohol, use of alcohol, emission controls, pollution controls, when we are visiting the doctor or the hospital, when we are going to work, then how much is the level of light and the noise. So do you think that about these things, we think somebody is looking after them? Yes, this is the legal methodology which provides legal assurance to the consumers about quality, about the quantity which we are using. So, this legal methodology is playing a very important role in day-to-day routine life, where a consumer do not know what to do or how to do. He is actually depending upon the legal methodology. This legal methodology ensures fairness in trade. We know the weighing and measuring instruments or the weighing machines. Farmers get the correct payment for their work. It ensures measurement of products is fair and that correct price is paid. How much price we are paying, it is as per the quantity we are getting. It ensures governments receiving correct tax on exported products or used in the country. If we see about the road safety, the weighing or the weight of a truck or a lorry is also very important, which plays an important role in tear and wear of the roads. Breath analyzer, which we use to measure the alcohol content. and the speed of the vehicle. All these three things are very important on the roads. If we talk about the health, EEG, ECG, blood pressure meter, thermometer, and many other measuring instruments which are used in the hospitals by the doctors, they're also having the measurement part. So we can see that the legal methodology scope is only defined or confined to the protection and the transaction. Protection means a person weighing machine, thermometer, ECG, EEG, sphygmomanometer we have seen just. And transaction means any of the transaction, maybe a fuel, maybe energy, maybe gas, maybe weighing machines at shops, weighing machines at airports. So at all the places where we are doing any transaction, we are deciding the tax, we are deciding the royalty, toll or duty, anything. It covers under the term transaction. Legal methodology, we call it today, but earlier it is known to be the weights and measures. Weighing and measuring or weights and measures, very common word in India, not only in India, internationally we used to call it weights and measures. In India, even we have changed the name from the weights and measures to the legal methodology. However, in many countries like in UK, still they call the Standards of Weights and Measures Act. Many of the countries are still using the Standards of Weights and Measures Act. This legal methodology is the application of legal requirements to measurements and measuring instruments. So measurements are covered as well as measuring instruments. Both are covered under the legal methodology. This is the only very specific task given to the legal methodology all over the world to ensure public guarantee from the point of view of security and accuracy of payments and measurements. Whenever we are doing the weighing or measuring, we ensure to the public or we give a guarantee to the public that this is secure and correct, accurate. It builds a confidence in trade, industry, and consumer. Sitting over here, I can give you the guarantee when you're going to buy a, a liter of milk in the morning, it is correctly 1 liter. Whenever you're going to buy a petrol of 5 liter in a petrol station, it is 5 liter. I can give you this guarantee. This is my responsibility to ensure this is correct or not. It creates a harmonious environment for conducting businesses because we are actually depending, everything is now through the weighing and the measuring. The transactions are only taking place in terms of measurement or payments. This legal methodology is not a new subject. We are all aware. It started its roots from the in the Constitution of India under entry 50 of the Union List, the establishment of standards of weights and measures. The responsibility is of the union government because it is under the union list, and under this union list it is the responsibility of the union government to establish standards of weights and measures, and for this we have framed the act, rules, policy, everything is being framed by the union government. Under entry 33A of list 3, which is the concurrent list, the weights and measures accept establishment of standards. That means it has only the establishment of standards. Accept the establishment of standards, it has all other responsibilities which are jointly shared by the union government and the state governments. Basically, in this particular provision, the enforcement of the weights and measures laws is done by the states governments. If we see, 1956 was the first landmark legislation which laid down the foundation for a comprehensive legal methodology framework ensuring fairness and transparency. Then we were having the Standards of Weights and Measures Act 1976 and the Standards of Weights and Measures Enforcement Act 1985, the Legal Metrology Act 2009, which came into force from 1st of April 2011 after repealing both of these two acts, 1976 and the 85 Act. The objective of the Act is to establish and enforce standards of weights and measures, regulate trade and commerce in weights, measures and numbers. तो पर्पस क्या हुआ, पूरी कंट्री के अंदर जो हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव है, केवल पूरी कंट्री में एस्टेब्लिश करना स्टैंडर्ड्स को, वेट्स एंड मेजर्स के, रेगुलेट करना ट्रेड और कॉमर्स को जो वेट्स और मेजर्स में होती है, या और जो जितने भी गुड्स, जितने भी कमोडिटीज हम सेल करते हैं, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं वेट, मेजर और नंबर से, उसको रेगुलेट करना, पूरी कंट्री के अंदर एस्टेब्लिश करना और एनफोर्स करना, ये सारी की सारी रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी की। यदि हम बात करें, एक हमारे पास इसमें एक मैं छोटा सा वीडियो आपको शेयर करता हूं। think first of all, just a minute. I will again share that. I think is it again visible to all.
सही या गलत का मापदंड इंसान सदियों से खोजता आया है, पर जब जब किसी ने ब्रह्मांड के मूलभूत सिद्धांतों को जीवन में अपनाया, नैतिक कर्तव्य, नेक व्यवहार, सदाचार आदि को सदैव अपने साथ पाया। ये जिक्र है उस जमाने का जब कांटा समय का सारथी नहीं बल्कि वस्तुओं के वजन जांचने का जरिया बना। जब वक्त का कांटा नहीं था तब भी वजन का कांटा था। प्राचीन काल से ही न्याय के सिद्धांतों ने भारत की नींव रखी। उन्हीं सिद्धांतों के मार्गदर्शन से ग्राहकों को मिला अपना अस्तित्व और अपने अधिकार। सिंधु घाटी से चली आ रही इस न्याय की प्रणाली ने एक ऐसी व्यापार व्यवस्था को जन्म दिया जहां ग्राहक के अधिकारों को सबसे ऊंचा दर्जा मिला। साथ ही साथ ये सुनिश्चित किया गया कि उचित वस्तु को उचित मात्रा में बेचा जाए। यहाँ तक कि अर्थशास्त्र इस प्रणाली को स्वीकारते हैं, जिसे ग्राहक एक अद्वितीय योगदान मानते हैं और लाभ आज भी उठाते हैं। भारतीय इतिहास के पन्नों में शासकों ने कुछ ऐसे अधिकारियों को नियुक्त किया जिन्होंने बाजार में सामग्रियों की मात्रा चयन करने वाली प्रणाली को हमें एक विरासत के रूप में दिया। भारत हूं, एक देश जिसकी सभ्यता और निष्पक्ष व्यापार व्यवस्था का गुणगान खुद इतिहास दोहराता है। मैं निष्पक्ष इसलिए नहीं हूं क्योंकि मैं प्रतिबद्ध हूं।
ये लीजिए आपके 2 किलो चावल। रीडिंग देख लीजिए सर।
मैं निष्पक्ष इसलिए नहीं हूं क्योंकि ये मेरी एक जिम्मेदारी है। मैं निष्पक्ष इसलिए नहीं हूं क्योंकि ये मेरी विरासत है।
ये लीजिए आपके 2 किलो हो गए। मीटर से चलेंगे ना मैडम, आइए बैठिए।
मैं निष्पक्ष इसलिए नहीं हूं क्योंकि ये मेरा धर्म है। मेरी निष्पक्षता किसी पर निर्भर नहीं करती। मैं निष्पक्ष हूं क्योंकि मैं भारत हूं।
रिक्शे वालों को कितना देना है ये सोचना नहीं पड़ता। सरकार ने सुनिश्चित कर दिया है कि कितनी दूरी के कितने पैसे देने हैं।
सरकार की मंजूर की हुई मशीन लगी हुई है, हमें बस जीरो पे ध्यान देना है।
धोखा होने का कोई चांस ही नहीं है। इस पे बनाने वाले का नाम, मैन्युफैक्चर कब हुआ, एक्सपायरी कब है, इंग्रेडिएंट्स और टोल फ्री नंबर कंप्लेन के लिए सब लिखा है।
हम समर्पित हैं आज के ग्राहकों के लिए और आने वाले कल के लिए भी।
Thank you. So the first act was this, and now if we talk about the Legal Metrology Act, as we are aware, India became member of OIML in 1956. India signed Metric Convention in 1957. Standardization of units of weights and measures and based on metric system is the beauty of this act. Under this Legal Metrology Act, we have defined that all the units will be as per the SI system of units or the metric system of units. For example, for length it is meter, for mass it is kg, time it is second, electric current it is ampere, temperature it is Kelvin, luminous intensity it is candela, and amount of substance it is mole. So since 1957, when we signed this meter convention, we took or we adopt in our country that every unit used in our country will be as per the SS system of units. Like earlier we were using tola, masha, share, etc. We are not using nowadays. Only the, and our, even our children, which are now the next generation, they are not aware of these odd units. Even foot, pound, second, when you used to talk, the foot or pound, they will not be able to understand. And when you say this much feet, they will not understand. They understand about the meter and the centimeter. So this, the government has taken, not only I should say government, the society has taken this decision, and now we are at that level that we understood only the SI system of units. It is again a very important hierarchy chart. If we see 1 kg in our country, it is, you will be surprised to know this 1 kg is adopted, or this 1 kg is traceable to the international standards within its traceable or within its accuracy limit. For example, first of all, we have the international standard, which is placed at BIPM, International Bureau of Weights and Measures. Then we have national prototype, which is placed at National Physical Laboratory. After every 10 years, we are sending our national prototype of mass to the Paris BIPM France, where we used to get it calibrated again. What is its value, whether it is increased or decreased. Then we have the reference standards. They are also verified after every 3 years with the national prototype. Then we have secondary standards, which are placed in the state government's secondary standard laboratories. Then we have the working standards, which are also available with the state governments. And then we have the commercial weights, which are used in the trade and commerce. So these commercial weights, which are used in the market, are traceable to the international standard within their accuracy limits. And they used to be calibrated after every regular interval of time, maybe 1 year or 2 year or the 3 year or the 10 years, as per their requirement. अंडर दिस लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी एक्ट वी हैव फ्रेम्ड वेरियस रूल्स. यदि हम रूल्स की बात करें तो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं द जनरल रूल्स 2011. नाम इसका जनरल रूल है, बट अंडर दिस रूल ऑल टाइप ऑफ स्पेसिफिकेशंस ऑफ weighing and measuring instrument are made under these rules. It provides testing and the verification procedure of weighing and measuring instruments. Qualification of the legal metrology officers, what would be the qualification of becoming a legal metrology officer, is also prescribed under the general rules. Periodic verification, when and after a regular interval of time these weighing instruments will be verified and they're stamped. Packaged commodity is very important. It regulates all packaged commodities in the country. What will be the declarations, how the net quantity will be declared, how the net quantity will be measured or will be checked at the premises of the manufacturers, packers, or the importers. It provides or prohibits overcharging, alteration of MRP, and it also prohibits dual MRP. Approval of models. This is again a very important rule. You know, all over the world, the practice is the same. What we are doing are in our India, in our country, at the international level in OIML, because we are the OIML member, whatsoever the rules are being framed under the legal metrology, they are more or less aligned with the international standards or under international recommendations, maybe for the testing or the calibration of weighing and measuring instruments, or the packaged commodities rules, the approval of models rules. Because this approval of model rule, जो ये approval of model हम करते हैं, ये भी पूरी दुनिया में होता है, इसको पैटर्न अप्रूवल बोलते हैं. और इसके अंदर जो भी कोई weighing और measuring इंस्ट्रूमेंट हम इंपोर्ट करते हैं या बनाते हैं, उसको उसको सेल करने से पहले या उसको यूज करने से बनाने से पहले हम अप्रूवल लेते हैं एक मॉडल का, ताकि ये पता चल जाए कि ये जो मॉडल बनाया गया इट इज एज पर द स्टैंडर्ड्स प्रिस्क्राइब्ड और प्रिस्क्राइब्ड अंडर द एक्ट. नेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स, कोई भी ऐसी यूनिट नहीं है जो इस नेशनल स्टैंडर्ड रूल्स के बाहर है. It provides all scientific definitions, all technical constants with their values. There is no technical or the scientific unit beyond these national standards rules. द लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी न्यूमरेशन रूल, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, किस तरीके से नंबर्स को लिखा जाना है, कैसे. फॉर एग्जांपल इन इंडियन कल्चर वी यूज्ड टू राइट आफ्टर द डेसिमल 2 zeros, बिफोर द डेसिमल 3 zeros, एंड देन इन टर्म्स ऑफ 2 zeros. दैट मीन्स हजार, लाख, करोड़, अरब, खरब, 10 खरब, नील, पदम, शील, लाइक दैट. सो इस तरीके से एक इंडियन सिस्टम है. यदि हम इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे बात करें तो आफ्टर द डेसिमल 2 zeros एंड बिफोर द डेसिमल in the groups of 3 digits, that means thousands, million, बिलियन, ट्रिलियन, लाइक दैट. तो आप, ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है, इसके पीछे जरा देखिए. आज भी हम जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर 10⁻³ दैट मींस 1000, देन मिलियन के लिए 6, बिलियन के लिए 9 एंड देन 12, ट्रिलियन के लिए 12, इस तरीके से जब हम जाते हैं तो आज भी जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे हम लोग यूनिट्स दिखा पाए हैं वो 10⁻+30 तक पहुंचे हैं, रोंटा रोक्टा जिसको बोलते हैं, और -30 तक. आज भी इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे हम केवल उसी यूनिट को डिफाइन कर पाए हैं. बट जब हम अपना इंडियन कल्चर देखते हैं, इंडियन सिस्टम देखते हैं, तो हमारे पास जो नंबर्स हैं वो उन्होंने अप टू 10⁻+100 तक लेके गए हैं. तो वहां तक उन्होंने उसको डिफाइन किया हुआ, इतनी जो बड़ी क्वांटिटी होगी वहां तक उन्होंने उसको डिफाइन किया. आज नहीं, आज से हजारों लाखों साल पहले जब ये इंडियन कल्चर लिखा जा रहा होगा, इंडियन सिस्टम लिखा जा रहा होगा, तो उस समय के जो लोग थे उन्होंने वहां तक उस नंबर को डिफाइन किया है. तो और बहुत, तो ये जो जीरोस है, ये जो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, ये अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी हिस्ट्री अपने अंदर रखे हुए हैं कि किस तरीके से जीरो का डेवलपमेंट इंडिया के अंदर हुआ. इसके अलावा जो ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट है हमारा, उसके लिए भी एक रूल बनाया गया है. इसके अलावा जो गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव्ड टेस्ट सेंटर रूल्स हैं, दीज आर आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रूल्स, जो प्रोवाइड करते हैं कि किस तरीके से, बिकॉज सरकार के लिए जो करोड़ ऑफ वेइंग एंड मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हैं उनको वेरीफाई करना आसान काम नहीं है. कैसे ये सारे के सारे इक्विपमेंट्स वेरीफाई किए जा सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ द प्राइवेट पार्टीज, प्राइवेट लेबोरेटरीज, प्राइवेट पर्संस, उसके लिए रूल्स बनाए गए हैं. इसके अलावा जितने भी ऑल द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स हैव देयर ओन एनफोर्समेंट rules under which they are doing the enforcement work. हमारे पास जो रीजनल रेफरेंस स्टैंडर्ड्स लैबोरेटरीज हैं वो 6 रीजनल रेफरेंस स्टैंडर्ड्स लैबोरेटरीज आज की डेट में काम कर रही हैं. अहमदाबाद, बैंगलोर, भुवनेश्वर, फरीदाबाद, गुवाहाटी एंड वाराणसी. At these 6 locations we have already started our laboratories. The purpose of these laboratories is they work as a link in between the national prototype and the जो आपका स्टेट गवर्नमेंट लैबोरेटरीज हैं उनके बीच में एक लिंक के तरीके से काम करती हैं. इनका काम क्या है, जो मॉडल होते हैं वेइंग और मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स के, उनको टेस्ट करना, वेरिफिकेशन करना जो लीगल स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं स्टेट्स और यूटीज गवर्नमेंट्स के, कैलिब्रेशन करना जो वेट्स और मेजर्स होते हैं इंडस्ट्रीज के. इसके अलावा दीज लैबोरेटरीज आर आल्सो वर्किंग फॉर द डिसेमिनेशन ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम. दे आर वर्किंग ऑन ए वेरी गुड एंड न्यू प्रोजेक्ट विच इज इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम and outreach programs. Obviously, as I'm doing today, this is an outreach program to just inform what we are doing in legal metrology, what we are doing in our country in legal metrology. The Ranchi Institute, it provides training in the field of legal metrology, impart 4 months training for the newly joined legal metrology officers or the promoted officers. Foreign officers are also being trained at the Indian Institute of Legal Metrology, Ranchi. The officers of other government departments, awareness programs, training to the repairers and the manual assistants, short-term courses, seminars, workshops, etc. And they also work for the designing of the training courses for the different organizations, prepare and implement schemes to stimulate universities, engineering and the technical colleges to impart basic education in legal metrology and allied branches of knowledge to undergraduate or postgraduate students or both. So this is the purpose of this legal metrology institute, in which it is very well successful to provide this training not only in our country but as well as to the international trainees or international participants. Even the professors and the director of the Indian Institute of Legal Metrology, Ranchi, used to travel outside the country for the training purpose and to develop their legal metrology system in their country. So we actually help them in developing the legal metrology system in various countries. Protection we have already discussed, transition we have already discussed. Then we have a seal. We just pass a wire and just put a seal or a stamp over it to ensure that this particular equipment is now sealed. It cannot be tampered. A stamp is a mark which basically ensures or certify that this weight or measure or such weight or measure conforms to the standard specified by or under the act and indicate that the mark which was previously made thereon, certifying that such weight or measure conforms to the standards specified or under this act has been obliterated. That has been removed and the new mark has been placed. So this is the purpose of the seal and stamp, because under the legal methodology, the concept of seal and stamp is very important, because after verification, we used to stamp, seal and stamp every weight or measure to ensure that it cannot be tampered after this verification. Verification is nothing, it is basically just a comparing of a standard equipment with a test equipment. We are having two weights, we are just comparing. This is a standard weight and this is a weight which is to be actually calibrated. So we just put these two weights and calculate what is the difference between these values, between the values of these two weights, and if it is under the maximum permissible error, then it is passed. Otherwise, we used to repair it, we used to add or decrease its weight and then make it to the as per the standard, which is actually correct within the accuracy limit. This verification also includes calibration and re-verification also. Label. It is any written, marked, stamped, printed, or graphic matter affixed to or appearing upon any prepackaged commodity, because we need declarations on a prepackaged commodity. So this label, actually we used to put a label on this. It may be pasted over this and all the declarations are made on it, so that we can inform that all the declarations are being made on this prepackaged commodity, or this is a label. For weighing and measuring instruments, there are mandatory compliances. What are these mandatory compliances? When we are going to import a weighing or measuring instrument, we need to register under Section 19 with the director of the legal methodology. Non-standard weights or measures not to be imported. Every person before manufacturing or importing any weight or measure need to take approval. No person shall manufacture, repair, or sell any weight or measure unless he holds a license issued by the controller under Section 23. Any weight or measure used in any transaction or for protection needs to be verified and stamped under Section 24 of the Act. This is a new thing. Basically, in between the industry and the consumer, there is a need of a balance. For example, we have introduced a concept of unit sale price. Now we are aware that with the maximum retail price, the declaration of unit sale price is also very important. The consumer can find how much will be the, suppose he's going to buy two products, which product is of what cost he will actually pay, because nowadays the commodity may not be of the equal quantity. For the different quantities, this unit sale price plays a very important role. Now we have made it mandatory to declare month and year of manufacture only. Earlier, month and year of manufacture, pack or import, all were allowed, but now only the month and year of manufacture need to be declared. Electronic products to declare certain declarations through the QR code. These electronic products have been allowed to give few declarations through the QR code if they are not declared on the package. Earlier, all the declarations were to be given on the electronic product itself. Weights or measures which are used by the industries for their internal use do not require re-verification. Adopting a uniform procedure throughout the country to avoid double stamping of the same weights and measures. We have decriminalized few sections. On the request of industries, the verification period of petrol and diesel dispensers has been increased from 1 year to 2 years for ease of doing business. The legal metrology packaged commodities rules were recently amended to bring packages of pan masala of any quantity to declare all necessary information with effect from 1st of February 2026, as now the GST on these packages will be as per MRP. The legal metrology package commodities rules were also amended to harmonize the labeling requirements under the legal metrology packaged commodities rules and the medical devices rules 27. So now the declarations will be, a few of the declarations will be as per the medical devices rules and rest of the declarations will be as per the packaged commodities rules. So the purpose is to harmonize. There should not be, and it is in the interest of industry for ease of doing business. We have decriminalized these sections under Jan Vishwas 1. Under Jan Vishwas Bill 2, these are the few more sections we have proposed for decriminalization. We have also introduced a concept of improvement notice, because in many cases when a person or an industry is not aware and some violation or an offense is done, then we can issue an improvement notice that this is being done, you kindly correct it. And these notices will act as a warning to the business which failed to comply with any provision. All the 7 sections which were decriminalized earlier are now being having a provision for issuing improvement notices. These are the provisions under which we have proposed the improvement notice. Pre-packaged commodity. This is again a very important and important concept of the legal methodology, because nowadays most of the products are available in the form of pre-packaged commodity, because most of the products are available in the market in the packaged form, and it is easy for for transaction. So what is a pre-packaged commodity? Pre-packaged commodity is defined under section 2L of the Legal Metrology Act. क्या बोलता है ये? कोई भी एक पैकेज जो पैक किया गया या कोई भी कमोडिटी जो पैक की गई है, व्हेन द कस्टमर वाज नॉट प्रेजेंट, इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ द कस्टमर, इफ अ प्रीडिटरमाइंड क्वांटिटी, एक प्रीडिटरमाइंड क्वांटिटी को किसी पैकेज के अंदर रखा गया है, वेदर इट इज सील्ड और नॉट, खुला हुआ है या सील्ड है, यदि किसी पैकेज के अंदर रखा गया है किसी भी क्वांटिटी को, किसी कमोडिटी को जिसकी क्वांटिटी प्री डिटरमाइंड है, 1 kg, हाफ kg, 1 ml, 50 ml, लाइक दैट, तो जो भी क्वांटिटी है, जो भी पैकेज है, इट विल बी डील्ड एज अ प्री पैकेज कॉमोडिटी। मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको बता दिया जो लेबल होता है, लेबल का मतलब क्या है कि हम किस तरीके से लेबल को डिफाइन करते हैं। कोई भी रिटन मार्क्ड हो सकता है, हाथ से भी लिख सकते हैं, प्रिंट भी कर सकते हैं, लेबल भी चिपका सकते हैं, उसको हम लेबल बोलते हैं। सेक्शन 81 प्रोवाइड्स फॉर डिक्लेरेशन कि जो भी कमोडिटी आप मैन्युफैक्चर करेंगे, सेल करेंगे या कमोडिटी को पैक करेंगे, इंपोर्ट करेंगे, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, उसको तब तक नहीं कर सकते जब तक कि उसके ऊपर डिक्लेरेशंस नहीं दिए गए हैं, जो भी डिक्लेरेशंस रूल्स के अंदर प्रिस्क्राइब किए गए हैं। सेक्शन 18(2) प्रोवाइड करता है कि जो हम एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट करते हैं किसी भी प्रोडक्ट का विद मेंशनिंग द रिटेल सेल प्राइस, तो वहां पर उसकी जो क्वांटिटी है, नेट क्वांटिटी वो कितनी है, वो भी देना मैंडेटरी है। फॉर एग्जांपल, आई एम सेइंग दैट this sugar is of, let's say, 50 rupees, then how much is the quantity? Then I will mention sugar 50 rupees 2 kg, so that means this much is the quantity which you will get in 50 rupees. This is the way how we used to declare these made these advertisements. For the parallel provision, section 36(1) and section 36(2) are being made. Section 36(1) prescribes for selling, manufacturing, packing, importing, distributing, delivering, or otherwise transferring, offering, or exposing, or possessing for sale any prepackaged commodity which does not conform to the declarations of the package as provided in the Act. The fine for first offense is up to rupees 25,000. For second offense, with fine up to rupees 50,000, and for the subsequent offenses, fine shall not be less than rupees 50,000, but it may go up to 1 lakh, or with imprisonment up to 1 year. Section 36(2) speaks about the declaration about the selling in net quantity, error in net, with error in net quantity. Selling, manufacturing, or packing, importing with error in net quantity. Fine is rupees 50,000 to 50,000, 10,000 to 50,000 rupees for the first offense, and for the second and subsequent offense, the fine is up to rupees 50,000 to 1 lakh, or imprisonment up to 1 year, or with both. So these are the provisions which have been made under the Legal Metrology Act for the violation, for the offenses in pre-packaged commodities, whether it is for declaration or for selling net quantity, and selling with error in net quantity. So in both of the ways, the provisions for imprisonments are also made. Under this act, under these rules, the concept of the principal display panel, all the declarations need to be made at one place, could be grouped together and given at one place, or the pre-printed information can be grouped together and given in one place, and online information grouped together in other place. It is allowed that pre-printed information can be given at one place and online information can be grouped and can be given at other place. This is the principal display panel. Now, what are the declarations which we require on a prepackaged commodity? What are the mandatory declarations? Name and address of the manufacturer, packer or importer, country of origin in case of imported packages, common or generic name of the commodity contained in the package, net quantity in terms of standard unit of weight, measure or number, month and year of manufacture, retail sale price, MRP in Indian currency, inclusive of all taxes, unit sale price, batch before or use by date, month and year, sizes or dimensions of the commodity if relevant, and consumer care details. These are the very few declarations and which are very important for the consumer point of view before going to buy a product in the market. I have a small video. I just try to share it.
दादी नानी की कहानियों में अच्छा खाना सेहत का खजाना जैसी बातें सुनते हुए ही तो हम सब बड़े हुए हैं। मगर जब बात पैक फूड की खरीदने की हो तो हम में से कई लोग बिजी होने का बहाना देकर खाने पीने की चीजों के पैकेट के लेबल को ध्यान से पढ़े बिना खरीद लेते हैं, चाहे वो आपकी सेहत के लिए अनहेल्दी ही क्यों ना हो। किसी भी पैक प्रोडक्ट को खरीदने से पहले लेबल पर एमआरपी, डेट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, शेल्फ लाइफ, बेस्ट बिफोर जैसी इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन को जरूर चेक करें और अपनी इस प्यारी सी जिंदगी को दे अच्छे स्वास्थ्य का तोहफा, क्योंकि जागरूक उपभोक्ता मतलब स्वस्थ उपभोक्ता।
So these are the important declarations which need to be given on a prepackaged commodity. Also, the declarations are mandatory for e-commerce websites. We are all aware because nowadays many of the products we are going to buy through the e-commerce websites. The next generation is only actually comfortable to buy the products from the e-commerce websites. On e-commerce websites, also very few declarations which need to be made. Name and address of manufacturer or importer, country of origin if they are imported, common or generic name of the commodity, net quantity in a standard unit of weight or measure or number, MRP inclusive of all taxes, batch before or use by date, month and year in case of commodity becoming unfit for human consumption with time. These are the very few 6 declarations which are required to be made on every website or e-commerce website with all the products. These are the sizes of the declarations which are also necessary on a prepackaged commodity. If the area of the principal display panel is less than 50 square centimeter, then the height of the numeral and letter will be 1 mm. If it is printed and if it is blown, formed or molded, then it will be 2 mm. If the area of the principal display panel on which the declarations are made is in between 50 and 100 square centimeter, then the size of the letter and the numeral will be 1.5 mm when it is printed, and for molded it is 3 mm, and so on. If the size is less than is 2500 square centimeter, the size of the letter numeral will be 6 mm, and for the molding it should also be 6 mm. So this is the way how we have prescribed the sizes of the principal display panel. What will be the size of a declaration on a principal display panel? No retail dealer or other person, including manufacturer, packer, importer, and wholesale dealer, shall make any sale of any commodity in packed form at a price exceeding the retail sale price. It is very important. No one can sell over and above MRP. The MRP is decided by the manufacturer and the importer himself. The government does not play any part because it's a free market. But whatsoever the price is declared once, it needs to be honored, and no one should sell over and above MRP. Even it cannot be changed once declared. It cannot. Section 18 is Rule 18(5) prescribes no wholesale dealer or retail dealer or other person shall obliterate, smudge or alter the retail sale price once declared. Rule 18(2)(a) provides, unless otherwise specifically provided under any other law, no manufacturer or packer or importer shall declare different MRPs on an identical prepackaged commodity by adopting restrictive trade practices or unfair trade practices as defined under clause 41 and 47 of section 2 of the Consumer Protection Act 2019. Again, under Rule 27, it is mandatory for every manufacturer, packer, and importer to get registered himself with the director of the legal metrology or with the controllers of the legal metrology in the state government. It is required to be done within 90 days from the date on which he or it commences such prepacking. The registration for the central government is very simple. On NSWS portal, nsws.gov.in, we can go to the central government approval, then registration of manufacturer of packaged commodities. You can fill the form, it will come to us, and then we, after examination, if all the documents are attached, we used to issue the registration certificate within 10-15 days. Maximum permissible errors on quantities declared by weight measure or weight or measure. If the declared quantity is 50 ml or 50 gram, then the maximum permissible error in excess or in deficiency is 9%. From 50 gram to 100 gram or 50 ml to 100 ml, it is 4.5 gram or 4.5 ml. 100 to 200, it is 4.5%. 200 to 300, it is 9 gram. 300 to 500, it is 3%. And for more than 15, up to 15,000 grams, that means 15 kg, if a product we are going to buy, let's say of 10 kg, it is 1.5%. So that means up to 10 kg, it is 150 grams. And from 10 kg to 15 kg, it is again 150 gram. So the maximum permissible allowed in a packages up to package of 115 kg is 150 gram. For length, it is 2% of the declared quantity up to 10 meter, and above 10 meter, it is 1% of the declared quantity. In case of area, it is 4% of declared quantity up to 10 square meter, and thereafter 1% of declared quantity. By number, 2% of declared quantity. So this is the way the maximum permissible error is defined or given and prescribed under the rules, so that there should not be any confusion in later cases. This is the how we can go to we can find this average quantity, this net quantity. We are also having a complete set of rules that we have to calculate the net quantity. We have to find, or we have to check the net quantity at the premises of the manufacturer or the packer or the importer. The corrected average, we used to call it the not the average, but it is a corrected average of the net quantity contained in the packages drawn as samples is lesser than the declared quantity on the package or on the labels affixed thereto. If the corrected average of the net quantity contained in the package which of the sample which we have drawn is lesser than the quantity declared on the package on the labels affixed thereto, the number of packages that show an error in deficiency exceeding the maximum permissible error is greater than that shown in column 4 of table under fifth schedule, or any such packages shows an error in deficiency exceeding twice the maximum permissible error, then the director, controller, or the legal metrology officer shall require the manufacturer or packer to make a 100% check of the packages contained in the lot and authorize sale or distribution or delivery of only such packages with error in deficiency in the net quantity less than the maximum permissible error, and the remaining packages shall be allowed to be sold, distributed, or delivered by the manufacturer or packer after it has been repacked or relabeled as the case may be, so as to comply with the provisions of the act and the rules. So this is very simple. Whenever we are going to check the net quantity, we have to ensure that the corrected average should not be of the sample should not be less than the quantity declared on the package. Corrected average should always be actual correct equal or greater than the declaration given on the package. The number of packages that are showing the deficiency exceeding the maximum permissible error should be limited as per the given rules, or which is prescribed under the rules under the fifth schedule. Any package showing that a deficiency exceeding the twice the maximum permissible error, in that cases, all the packages will be checked, and the packages which have the deficiency less than the maximum permissible error will be allowed to sell, and about otherwise all rest of the packages will be repacked or relabeled, and then only they will be allowed to sell in the market. How to calculate this corrected average? First of all, we will go for and find the standard deviation. It is simple. 1 upon n minus 1 is square root of summation xi minus x bar to the whole square. So this is very simple formula for finding the standard deviation. All the mathematics students and the statistical students are very well aware. Even the commerce students or the arts students who used to do this net content checking or who used to do the calculations, they are aware that we first of all we find the average. Then average is nothing. It is, let's say, 100 packages. So all 100 divided by 100 becomes the average. That is called X bar, average or mean value of the net quantity or net value or length. Let's say we have 100 packages. We will weigh all 100 packages. In the table, we will put all the values and then we'll divide it by 100. Then it will become the average or the mean value, which is X bar. Xi is the individual package, weight of the individual package. We will take Xi, that means the individual package, minus X bar to the whole square for all 100 packages. We will use this formula, summation, sum all these, and then divided by n minus 1, where n is the number of packages. And the square root will becomes or will give us the standard deviation. The corrected average is nothing. It is X bar. This is the mean value plus this standard deviation sigma into C. C is the correction factor. It is a fixed value. Correction factor is the fixed value. What is this correction factor? For example, the inspection of the lot size is 100 to 500. Then the sample size will be 550. Correction factor will be 0.379. So that means in this case, X bar, we are taking this X bar for 50 packages. So that means all 50 packages we will add, divided by 50, it will give us the X bar. Sigma is nothing. Sigma we will calculate from this formula. Then we will put this the 0.379 is the correction factor C, and we will find the corrected average XC. Now, the number of packages showing an error more than the maximum permissible error, showing the error more than the maximum permissible error, but less than twice the maximum permissible error, we are allowed up to 3. So that means even 3 packages may show the error more than the maximum permissible error, but should be less than the twice the maximum permissible error. See, please try to understand, it is as per the international standard, because it may be due to tear and wear of the machine. In some cases, in few packages, the machine is putting the more quantity, and in some packages, the machine is putting less quantity, because there may be lakhs of packages which are coming out in an hour. The machine is running with a very fast speed. So it may happen. If the number of lot size is 500 to 3200, sample size will be 80 and correction factor will be 0.295 and number of packages will be 5. For more than 3200s, the sample size will be 125, correction factor will be 0.234 and number of packages will be 7, which may show the error more than the maximum permissible error, but less than twice the maximum permissible error. We have also introduced this concept of unit sale price. It should be declared by rounding off to the nearest 2 decimal places. On every prepackaged commodity will be in terms of per gram when the quantity is less than 1 kg, and in terms of kilogram when the net quantity is more than 1 kg. For example, I'm having a package of 400 gram. Then the 400 gram, let's say in 400 rupees. Then the unit sale price will be rupees 1 per gram. 400 gram, 400 rupees, 1 gram, 1 rupee. Like that, we can say rupees 1 per gram. And if it is in more than 1 kg, it will be in terms of 1 kg. Per centimeter when the length is less than 1 meter, and per meter when the length is more than 1 meter. Per milliliter when the net value is less than 1 liter, and per liter when the net value is more than 1 liter. Per number or unit if the item is sold by number or unit. Provided that for the packages containing alcoholic beverages or specious liquor, the state excise laws and the rules made thereunder shall be applicable within the state in which it is manufactured, provided further that declaration of unit sale price is not required for the prepackaged commodities in which retail sale price is equal to the unit sale price. So these, for both of these two provisions, the declaration of unit sale price is also not required. Provided also that declaration of unit sale price is not required for a combination package or a group package or a multi-piece package under these rules or under any other law for the time being in force. Combination package means a package intended for retail sale containing 2 or more individual packages. For example, cups and plates, spoons, knives, and forks. So these are the dissimilar commodities. These are called combination package. Group packages, same commodity but different quantity, same but different weight, measure, or volume. Multi-piece package, same commodity and same quantity. So in case of all these packages, there is no requirement of declaring unit sale price. It has been exempted. We have already made that the few of the spare parts, we have already decided Some of the flexibilities have been given. Declaration of month and year for all products sold in the country. Flexibility according to declare month and year of manufacture anywhere on the retail package for electronic products, spare parts and accessories. The declaration of month and year may be given at any place in a visible and clearly legible manner. Exemption given to declare month and year of manufacture for spare parts and accessories, provided they are used for the purpose of servicing with a warranty. Whenever we are selling these spare parts, there is no need to declare month and year of manufacture if they are given with a warranty. Spare parts and accessories shall include any part, component, or accessories that are complementary to the main or core product of a machine, device, or equipment by whatever name called, including parts that are sold separately for use in support or replacement of a damaged or worn out part in order to have intended operation or functioning of the machine, device, or equipment. Rule 26G inserted that for loose commodities ordered through e-commerce channels where consumers are aware of ordered quantity, its type and quantity, these rules will not be applicable on these loose commodities, packaged commodity rules, provided that such commodities shall bear the following information, namely the name and address of manufacturer or marketer or brand owner or importer or seller with the country of origin or manufacture in the case of imported products, consumer care detail or email ID and phone number, retail sale price of the package inclusive of all taxes, and net quantity in terms of the standard unit of weight measure or where the commodity is. Under Rule 6, we have declared for the electronic products, the name and name of the manufacturer, packer, or importer will be given on the package. However, the address can be given through the QR code. Common or generic name can be given through the QR code. For the size and dimension, the information can be given to the QR code. Telephone number and email address will be given on the package, but the rest of the information may be given to the QR code. This is for the electronic products. For hosiery or the loose or open hosiery items, such products shall bear name and address of the manufacturer or marketer or brand owner or importer with country of origin or manufacture in case of imported products. Consumer care email ID and phone number. Sizes in metric notation in terms of centimeter or meter as the case may be, or with internationally recognizable size indicators such as S, M, L, XL, XSL and XXL, along with details in metric notation. MRP. Exemption shall apply to sale of finished products only. The above information shall be displayed on e-commerce websites if sold through e-commerce websites. We are also working on a very important and the new project, which is the time dissemination project. We are all aware it is very important, and we have seen recently that many times the flights are being delayed due to not correcting the time through the GPS. And we are all aware it is very important for the cybersecurity, networks and data centers, disaster management, defense, telecommunications and 5G, digital signatures and time stamping, dissemination of IST through RSS in coordination with NPL and ISRO. We are working with on this project with the help of NPL and ISRO. Dissemination, the first phase through NTP is in the final stage. Very shortly we will be doing it. I have a small video.
Millions in India go about their daily lives. A silent time revolution will unify and synchronize India into a single time reference, that is, the Indian Standard Time. New India will herald a time of its own, a synchronized system which will disseminate India's time to come uniformly across all corners of India. Telecom service providers and internet service providers are synchronized to NIST USA time, either through GPS or NTP pool. As a result, there is always uncertainty of time, like the time of your Aadhaar authentication or at the time of Indian Railways ticket booking and the airports, communication devices across country. In order to cater to the ever-increasing needs of India Standard Time by several organizations in the country, the dissemination of time will be done by Ministry of Consumer Affairs food and public distribution through its regional reference standards laboratories from 5 geographical regions of the country. So in terms of cyber security, where every second is crucial, where within a fraction of a second, thousands of emails and digital messages are sent and received across the continent.
Yes, so we are working on this time dissemination project, and very shortly we'll be in a position to disseminate this time to all the service providers, to all the users of the country. Everybody will be synchronized within microseconds or the milliseconds order with the national or the Indian standard time. The time scales integration has been completed in all 4 RSLs. At Guwahati, it will be done shortly. We are also developing or establishing a disaster recovery center at RSL Bangalore for restoring disrupted systems, data, and applications after a disaster or significant disruption. Key highlights of the rules which we are going to notify very shortly defines that IST, mandatory use of IST, penalties for non-compliances, and exception to use of non-standard, Indian exception for use of IST. These draft rules will be notified very shortly. They have already been uploaded on the website and comments have been sought. Now, very interesting and very important for the Indian legal methodology. It is an achievement that now India is the 13th country in the world which can issue the OML approval certificates. Indian government, basically, it is this OML is an intra-governmental organization. It was established in 1955. Today we have 63 member states and 64 corresponding members. India became its member in 1956. The Department of Consumer Affairs has become an OML issuing authority under the OMLCS scheme. It is a single certificate which is accepted worldwide, reducing the redundancy and saving resources. We are the 13th country which can issue these certificates. This is the website on which this Legal Metrology India has been given this opportunity to issue the model approval certificates or the pattern approval certificates which are accepted all over the world. This is one another achievement. We have decided that all the amendments in the packaged commodities rules will be made twice in a year, either January 1st or July 1st, giving a time of 180 days. The amendment will provide ample time for businesses to adapt to the changes. We're also working on a very important new concept of having all legal methodology functioning on a single platform, which is EMAP, which is pioneering digital transformation in legal methodology. Most of the states have already been linked on this platform, and very shortly, maybe within 6 months, this portal will be completely operational, and all the activities of legal methodology, whether it is licenses, registrations, approval, verification, and enforcement, issuing the notices, hearing, and everything will be through this portal. Then a person or a business which is sitting at a very small remote area can do this, can get this work done through this portal. Very shortly we are going to start that. These are the basic comprehensive online services, state utilities which are already onboarded. These are the advantages and the action plan for the states and the UTs. We are also developing the software testing facility at RSLs, Regional Reference Standards Laboratories. Software testing in India is very important. It is cutting edge software testing facility. This is available at our 6 RSLs. This software testing in weighing and measuring instruments is essential as software directly influences the accuracy and reliability of measurement results. The testing focuses on several key aspects of electronic instrument assessment, like verifying measurement accuracy through detailed testing of calculation algorithms. This testing infrastructure will support in Make in India initiative by enabling domestic manufacturers to meet rigorous international standards for weighing and measuring instruments. So the purpose is to have all weighing and measuring instruments which were manufacturing in India should be tested with their software and the electronic part. GST has already been reformed. We have also amended the packaged commodities rules to allow these pan masala packages of any size or quantity to make all declarations with effect from 1st of Feb 2026, because GST has already notified that from 1st of February 2026, the pan masala packages, the tax on the or GST on these pan masala packages will be as per MRP. So we have made this mandatory because pan masala packages below 10 gram were allowed to not to declare any, not to make any declaration. But from 1st of February 2026, all the declarations will be made on these pan masala packages. This is very important initiative taken by the legal metrology. We are working with the industries, with the consumers on every Tuesday at 4 o'clock from 4 to 5 p.m. We used to be with our state government legal metrology controllers and other stakeholders. We are available online. Anybody can join this and can inform what are the issues or how we can support each other for a very good legal metrology system in our country. This is a purpose to just have a discussion with all the stakeholders of the country, and this is very 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 important and the popular, because I used to see on every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. we are completely involved for 1 hour. So this is one very good practice. Anybody can come on this platform. The link and the password is available on our website consumeraffairs.gov.in. Anybody can get it done, and all these presentations, all these videos will also be available on our portal Yahoo Grahak Jago /seminars. We have also make it mandatory that for the sale of gold and the precious metals, we have to use the 1 milligram accuracy balances or 1 milligram list count balances, so that the accuracy of the payment can be enhanced, can be ensured. We are also providing even an E2 class weights for the calibration of these balances to the states and the utilities departments. About 519 E2 class weights and 297 even class weights, order of about 100 crore has been placed with the India government in Mumbai, which will supply these even and E2 class weights to all state governments very shortly. We have already discussed that we are working with the state governments and we are developing a portal by which the licenses can be renewed auto. That means when the time will come, he will apply and the licenses will be renewed automatically. All these about 16 states have already developed this facility in their portal, and rest will be developing shortly. We have also made the rules for these new equipment, radar equipment for measuring the speed of vehicle, gas meter, moisture meter, breath analyzer, etc., automatic catch weighing instrument, multi-dimensional belt weigher, level gauge, etc. We are working on these equipments. So we are expecting that by the end of this year, we'll be having most of the weighing and measuring instruments covered under the Legal Metrology General Rules 2011. We have developed this a portal for the government approved test center rules. They were amended from 23rd October 2025, and this amendment substantially expand and clarify the scope and operations of GATCs. Fee for application has been enhanced to 2 lakh rupees. An inspection of premises of GATC will be conducted by the director or the authorized officers along with state legal metrology officers. All RSLs and the National Test House laboratories under the Department of Consumer Affairs are deemed GATCs. For the recognition of government approved test center rules, if we see that these rules will certainly help for this legal metrology system in the country to have all weighing and measuring instruments verified and stamped. आज की डेट में जो नंबर ऑफ वेइंग एंड मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हैं कंट्री के अंदर वो बहुत ज्यादा है। इतने सारे वेइंग और मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स को वेरीफाई करना, स्टैंप करना ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस इज ए डिफिकल्ट जॉब, एंड वी डोंट हैव अ वेरी लार्ज नंबर ऑफ लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी ऑफिसर्स. वी हैव वेरी फ्यू लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी ऑफिसर्स वर्किंग इन द कंट्री. तो इतनी छोटी स्ट्रेंथ के साथ पूरा एनफोर्समेंट करना एक सिस्टम को, इसके लिए हमें कुछ प्राइवेट जो पर्सन्स हैं उनको लेना होगा, तो जो कि हमारी जो वेरिफिकेशन है उसको कर सकें. बिकॉज नए जो बहुत सारे वेइंग और मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हम लोग ऐड कर रहे हैं, गैस मीटर, एनर्जी मीटर, वाटर मीटर, ब्रेथ एनालाइजर, स्पीडोमीटर, ये सारे के सारे जो नई फैसिलिटीज हैं इनके लिए, इनको वेरीफाई करने के लिए हमें जो जरूरत है प्राइवेट लैब्स की, उनके लिए गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव टेस्ट सेंटर्स बनाए गए हैं. हमने एक पोर्टल डेवलप किया है doca.gov.in/GATC. Anybody can register on this portal for approving the GATC. अभी हमने ये पोर्टल का टाइम रखा हुआ था 30 नवंबर तक हमने एप्लीकेशन लिए थे. लगभग 170 एप्लीकेशन 140 150 एप्लीकेशन हमारे पास आए हैं, उनको हम एग्जामिन करके जीटीसी दे रहे हैं। तो इसके बाद दोबारा जैसे ही हमारी एप्लीकेशन क्लोज हो जाएंगी, उसका हम लोग नई एप्लीकेशन दोबारा लेंगे, तब कोई भी अप्लाई कर सकता है। इसका हमने एस्टेब्लिश किया एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव फ्रेमवर्क फॉर रिकॉग्निशन एंड ऑपरेशन ऑफ जीटीसी. GTCs plays a crucial role in ensuring accuracy. Certainly, they will play a crucial role in ensuring accuracy and reliability of its measures used in trade and commerce. Recognition process maintains high standards of technical competence, infrastructure adequacy, and operational efficiency. It will safeguard consumer interest and will promote fair trade practices across the nation. Applications can be submitted through online. Application must follow prescribed format specified in second schedule. Initiate formal assessment process for GTC recognition. For the assessment, land and building accessibility, adequacy of measuring equipment and testing facilities. All these equipment need to be verified, need to be calibrated from any of the government laboratory, which we have already mentioned. Availability of technically qualified manpower, as we have the legal metrology officers in our country for the graduation, either BSc Physics or engineer or diploma with few years of experience. And also the person who is applying for GATC should have an experience of working in the legal metrology. Capacity for efficient service delivery, willingness to maintain equipment verification standards through second standard laboratories. Competent authority director recommends to Joint Secretary, Department of Consumer Affairs for approval. Competent authority grants initial approval for 1 year, approval renewable for periods not exceeding 5 years at a time. Assignment and operation. Director issues a specific code number to each approved GATC. Code used for easy identification and record maintenance. Central commences operations under the continuous monitoring, periodic inspections conducted by authorized officers. This is the purpose of this GATC. These are the key eligibility criteria if we see about for the legal metrology: physical and technical infrastructure, availability and accessibility of appropriate land and building facilities, adequacy of measuring equipment and testing facilities conforming to prescribed standards, comprehensive infrastructure supporting device diverse verification requirements, capacity for efficient and timely service delivery to customers, operational commitments. Equipment shall be periodically verified by second standard laboratories or agencies determined by director. Employees shall receive training in institutions nominated by director. Adherence to all terms and conditions specified in the rules. Submission of quarterly reports and annual statements regarding verification activities. Personal qualifications: principal officer and employees must possess qualifications equivalent to those specified for legal metrology officers under general rules. Minimum 3 years of working experience in the field of legal metrology. Commitment to periodic training at institutions nominated by director. Compliance and quality assurance. Willingness to obtain third-party liability insurance as may be required. Openness to inspections and audits by director or authorized officers. Maintenance of comprehensive records of verification activities. Expanded scope of verifiable instruments. This is first schedule. Under the first schedule, we have made these equipments to 18 equipments we have allowed: water meters, sphygmomanometers, clinical thermometers, automatic railway bridges, tape measures, non-automatic weighing instruments, load cells, beam scale and counter machines, weights of all categories, gas meters, energy meters, moisture meters, speed meters for vehicles, breath analyzers, multi-dimensional measuring instruments, and flow meters. So these are the 18 categories of weighing and measuring instruments which are allowed for verification by GATC. The fees which a GATC will charge for the verification of a weight and measure is also prescribed under the rules, so that the GATC will charge this much fees only, neither less nor more. The fees is very simple. For domestic water meter, let's say it is 250 rupees, commercial 1000 rupees, and industrial it is 2500 rupees. For blood pressure meter or sphygmomanometer, it is 100 rupees. Clinical thermometer, it is 50 rupees. Railway bridges, as per state government fees. So this is the way how the fees for all weighing and measuring instruments has been prescribed, even for the weights, for the gas meter, energy meter, and specialized instruments like moisture meter, etc., flow meters, etc. For all 18 categories of instruments, 18 categories have been brought under the GATC. Applications were sought, 147 applications received. All RSS and NTH are declared GATC. So this is the only presentation which I wanted to share with all the participants. Thank you very much for having this presentation. Now I would like to request all the participants to kindly use this link, because we will be having very shortly a small test of all the participants. I'm just unsharing. You can see this. I'm sharing this in the chat box. I will request all the participants. Yes, this is a link. I have shared it in the group to everyone. Now you can just open this link. There are few questions on this discussion which we have today. You have to submit these your answers on this sheet. I would like to request all the participants to kindly switch on their video and switch off their mics so that we can take few photographs for our social media platforms. Now everyone can open this link and can reply the questions. I have a few questions before going to start these questions. I would like to reply few of the questions. Is legal metrology packaged commodities required for shipment or can be taken in bulk for multiple shipments? I would like to inform all the participants, ये जो रजिस्ट्रेशन है पैकेज कमोडिटीज रूल्स के अंदर, रूल 27 के अंदर, ये केवल एक बार किया जाना है. आप अपने जो प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, इंपोर्ट करते हैं, पैक करते हैं, उन प्रोडक्ट्स को या जो करने वाले हैं, आगे आपका प्लान है, उन सबको एक ही रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट के अंदर पैक कर ले लीजिए. सर्टिफिकेट को, एक सर्टिफिकेट को आप बार बार, जितनी बार भी आप मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, इंपोर्ट करते हैं, बार बार लेने की जरूरत नहीं होती. ये लाइफ टाइम है आज की डेट में, एज ऑन टुडे, जब तक कि इसको दोबारा से चेंज नहीं किया था कि हम इसको 5 साल के लिए या 10 साल के लिए दोबारा से अप्लाई कराएंगे, तब तक ये रजिस्ट्रेशन एक ही बार होना है, बार बार नहीं होना है. जो लीगल मेट्रोलॉजी पैकेज कमोडिटीज के अंदर जो आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन है इंपोर्टेड गुड्स के लिए है, यस ये इंपोर्टेड गुड्स के लिए है, और ये कोई रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं कराता तो कुछ ऐसे इसमें बहुत बड़ा ऑफेंस नहीं है. इसके लिए कंपाउंडिंग होती है हमारी 5,000 रुपीज की पर डायरेक्टर प्लस कंपनी. एक डायरेक्टर के लिए और कंपनी के लिए हम 5,000 रुपए की कंपाउंडिंग करते हैं. 5,000 रुपए पर डायरेक्टर एंड प्लस कंपनी. जीएसटी रिजीम में मीनिंग जो एमआरपी और रिटेल सेल प्राइस है, रिटेल सेल प्राइस को ही एमआरपी बोलते हैं, मैक्सिमम रिटेल प्राइस. जो जीएसटी है या जो जीएसटी टैक्स, जीएसटी से पहले भी एमआरपी था और जीएसटी के बाद भी एमआरपी है. एमआरपी इज इंक्लूसिव ऑफ ऑल टैक्सेस. Whether the ISP or MRP can be affixed after custom clearance. Actually, the MRP is required to be declared, or all the declarations need to be made before at the time of manufacturing or before import, as per section 18(1). So the request is, when you are getting all the declarations done, please get this MRP also declared when it is going to cross the boundary or when it is coming into the country. Whether LMPC rule or LM Act applicable to an industrial measuring equipment, for example HPLC system or etc. See, whenever you are going to import, buy or manufacture any of the weighing or measuring instrument, it need to be first approved whether it is complying the Legal Metrology Act and the rules or not, number one. Secondly, the first verification is required. After that, if it is used inside the industry, then as per the Legal Metrology Act, it is not, or the rules, general rules, it is exempted for re-verification. Is mandatory affixed MRP upon import goods in LMPC rules? Yes, it is mandatory to make all declarations required under the packaged commodities rules on all prepackaged commodities. If product is for industrial and use consumption, is there any need to LMPC? Basically, when we are going to import a product, certainly you have to mention on the package itself that this is not for retail sale, the packaged commodities, but the registration is required. My request to the participants to kindly switch off a mic.
Yes. कौन सा? हाँ.
So, RSL Ahmedabad, can you please check and close the mic? Yeah. So certainly, whenever you are going to import, basically the package registration, the registration is different and the declaration on the package commodity is different. So package commodity registration is mandatory for all packages which we are manufacturing, importing or packing. Provision regarding weighing machine fitted in a manufacturing line while production. For any of the weighing and measuring instrument which is manufactured or imported in the country, need to comply the approval, then first verification. After that, if it is inside the industry, then there is no need for re-verification if it is not used for any transaction or for protection. what if importer is not registered with LMPC? Any exemption from LMPC registration? There is no exemption. There is no requirement of exemption also, because it's a one-time registration. My request to all the industries, all the manufacturers, packers and importers, just go through this website. I have already given you the portal, nsws.gov.in. I will share this presentation immediately after this lecture on my website, which is jagograhakjago.gov.in/seminars. This PPT will be there. All the whatsoever I have given this today, it will be available on this website with this video. Everything will be available. So my request is kindly go through it. You can find what is the website, where to go and how to reach. You will find all these questions, all these answers will be there. Now the time is, you can just have this link. You can just open this link and try to solve the questions which we have given. This is just for half an hour test. After half an hour, you can submit this questions. Even before that, within 5 minutes, you can reply and submit it immediately. Who will get a particular marks, maybe let's say 60%, he will get certificates. One is the attendee certificate, and the another will be who has qualified or successfully completed this equipment, this test. Now, few of you have raised their hands. Would you like to ask? Alam Ji, would you like to ask anything? Now the floor is open to all. If anybody wish to ask anything or say something or advise something, you are most welcome. But my request is, if you have any doubt at any point of time, you are most welcome on any of the Tuesday 4 to 5 p.m. when myself and my state government counterparts will be there, to whom we can discuss the questions. Maybe that all the participants now could not be taken inside as the panelists, because panelist list may not be more than 100 plus. Up to 100 we can take. So rest of the participants, everybody has my number, and you can share me on WhatsApp. Certainly I will try to reply whatsoever is possible, or you can send me the mail. If anyone wish to ask.
This is Rajesh from Chennai, sir.
Ji Rajesh ji, please.
Yes, sir. I have two questions, sir. Number one is
I'm not able to see you. I'm not able to see you.
1 second.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes, it is
Actually,
okay. Please.
imports are consignment to use only in the factory, not for sale. In such case, LMPC registration is required, sir. There is captive consumption.
See, actually, I just request you. The law is stating anybody who imports, manufactured and packs. Law does not speak that it is for own use or for others for sale. So my request is, registration can be done, and it is a very simple process. Just submit an application and it will be done online. If because what documents I'm asking, I'm just asking an address proof and the declarations part. You can say this is not for retail sale. You simply say this is not for retail sale, so no declaration is required.
Correct.
All right, you just submit, get it registered. It will be very simple, and it will be one certificate, one additional certificate which you must be having forever.
So my second question is, my second question is, whenever there is imports, suddenly customs is asking LMPC is required. Is there any comprehensive list or directory for which are the items falling under LMPC mandatory registrations? Any kind of directory or complete list?
Very good. Rajesh, you have asked very good questions. See, any of the wing or any of the commodity which is required to be imported or sell in packaged form need to be get registered. Any of the commodity. It is applicable for all commodities. So my request is, you just give me a list of all commodities. We will register all commodities in a single certificate.
Sure, sir. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And my request is, you kindly, without asking anybody, without saying anybody, there are only 4 or 5 items I am asking. Address proof and the sample label, nothing else. And your name and address. You will just submit an application. Maybe you will get the certificate on the same day, without asking anyone.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
I am Ashok Jatta from Mumbai.
Sir, please. Ashok sir, please.
Yeah. Sir, I am not able to register that link what you sent. It's not allowing.
It is not. Which link? Right now I have shared in the chat.
Yeah, for your question answers.
Oh, anybody else who can confirm whether it is working or not? Anyone who has checked this link is working?
Sir, it's right. Sir, it is actually asking for username, password of the email and all, sir. Not directly going to the link.
So no. You just have to register yourself, na. You just have to put your.
When we click the link, it is not going directly to the question answer. It is asking for that
Yeah,
username,
it
password.
says sign to
Yes,
continue.
true. Because if you will not put your name and again your name, email ID, etc. again, how I will be able to understand?
No, we are ready to give the information, but it's not allowing to that screen. It is asking you want to report like that.
Just a minute. I just checked. Just a minute. 1 minute.
A question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to have a little insight into the. You talk about some offenses that are decriminalized. I just want to get a few examples and the basis for which probably those offenses were decriminalized. Because I know a lot of these offenses, because of the criminal nature we have it in our country, have to go to the federal high court and you become a convict by reason of any judgment taken against you. Because if you have the slightest offense for the minutest offense, you become a criminal by reason of conviction. So I want to know some of the offenses that you did, the basis for it, because it's important. I know it's something that will be useful in our own laws here as we happen. If I might add, the link is open. Using the link directly, I can see the pages for the assessments that you have here. The link is open. I've seen it here, as usual, on the Google Chrome. Yeah, thank you.
Link is working well for you if you are trying to answer the questions?
No,
Yeah,
that link is not working.
Sorry, yeah. Mr. Okay.
Yes, it's on. It's open. The link
It's
is
working.
open.
Very good. Okay, thank you. So now I would like to reply your question, sir. As you are aware, we are all working under the same umbrella of OML. You are also an OML member country. I am aware of that. So my request, what we are thinking, in few of the cases where there is no mens rea, the basic structure or basic concept behind this decriminalization is the mens rea. If some error or some mistake is done unintentionally, it should not be the criminal. For example, if someone is not aware and he has imported or manufactured few of the products, then in that case, in place of booking a criminal offense, we are proposing to have only the monetary penalty, not the criminal offense. This is the basic intention behind the decriminalization.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I will share you the complete details in my OML group very shortly, then where you will be able to understand what we are thinking.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now is anyone who can open these questions? Who could open these questions? Or no one could open? No, many of the people are saying link is working. So my request to you, kindly again try it in the because many of the people have mentioned in this chat box that the link is working. So my request is.
Yes, sir. This is Rajesh. Link is working, sir. Just we need to give the username and password of our personal Gmail. That's all. It's working.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. With this, I would like to thank all the participants. I'm just closing this conference now because this is required. We will issue 2 certificates on the portal itself. You will find your certificates. And maybe that you will also get it in your mail ID. Thank you very much. We will meet again next week, next Saturday at 11 o'clock.